My dreams. Yes, we tried. Yes, we tried. We tried marriage counseling the first year we were married. And then he went on deployment, so we had to stop because he was on deployment. I even asked him, I said, you went straight to divorce. Like, why we couldn't try marriage counseling? And he tells me, we tried that already. I said, we tried that 7 years ago, 6 years ago. That was a lie. That was a lie. We stopped doing marriage counseling the first year because he deployed. We got married in 26. We got married August of 2015. I got pregnant with Kylie in April of 2016. He deployed March of 2017. We started marriage counseling, I want to say after Kylie was born. No. And that's the thing. If y'all followed him from the beginning, y'all see me on there all the time, laughing, joking, having fun, partying it up, you know, doing little fun shit. And then as it went on, you see me less and 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 less. Yes, I had Kylie December of 2016 and he deployed March of 2017. You start to notice that every time he gets on live, he's yelling at somebody.
It's a lot, and I hope that you guys use discernment, period. You don't have to believe everything that you hear here, but just use discernment. There are too many people who can vouch and verify these things because we were there. And the only thing that I also want to say is Tasha did her best. She tried. This wasn't like something
my thing is, I'm not going to say, hold on, Shell. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect because perfect does not exist. I'm not perfect. I have my own flaws. I do. At one point in time, did I went into what I call autopilot. Because of my depression and how I was doing the bare minimum. I'm not going to lie. I was doing the bare minimum. At one point in time, I was doing the bare minimum. I was not living my life. I was just doing what was supposed to be done. So I made sure the kids ate. I made sure that the house was taken care of, but I wasn't living. So I went into what I call is autopilot. Now, me going into autopilot, could it look like I didn't care about my marriage? Sure, it could. Sure.
If anything, it sounded like you cared about the marriage more than he did.
Never die, mommy.
Like I said, I never... Well, you keep taking it off the charger. How am I supposed to let it charge if you keep taking it off, baby? Yeah, by no means am I ever saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Do I have fault in why we got a divorce? Yes, I do. Because my postpartum was kicking my ass and I chose not to do nothing about my postpartum for multiple reasons. I chose to sit quietly and suffer. I chose not to ask for help. I chose not to do anything. Yes. Did at one point I become complacent in being a stay-at-home mom? Yes, I sure did. I did it for 8 fucking years. At some point, you fall into a rhythm and that's about it.
Tasha, I remember you going to like therapy, and I remember at one point you was like going out to eat, because I used to watch your videos, going out to eat, you know, doing stuff on your own as well, like trying to break the postpartum. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was not.
But this is what I'm saying, because I don't want people, it's 758 people in here. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm placing all the blame on him per se with why we're no longer together. I think majority of the blame goes on him because of his TikTok and how he's done nothing. He's done more for TikTok people than he's done for me.
Hey,
I'm not even
Tosh.
gonna lie, but I don't want nobody to sit and think at no point. Yes, I do get blame. I have some partial blame in why this shit didn't work. Did I become lazy at some point? I won't even say I became lazy, because here's the thing. The kids were getting fed. House was taken care of. It wasn't a mess. I was cleaning. I was washing clothes. I was doing everything. I was teaching my kids. Now, did I take time for me? No, I didn't.
Oh, and Tosh, I think this needs to be noted. I think this needs to be noted. One of the things I want to mention, because I saw it not from the very beginning, but when I met y'all were together and blah, 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 right? And I want to say that I saw you handle it with grace. What people don't realize, as a woman who's had her marriage completely destroyed from the outside and whatever, is just that happening to you. Forget having the kids. Forget being a social media person. Forget all that. Just getting up in the morning some days and saying, I can get through today. That's all you can do. And that is a lot. And that is not a matter of you can do. The emotional, the mental, the anguish that you go through, with just everything that you have, the demons you have to fight in your mind, because someone decided
But
to,
like I said
by their
before,
actions, saying you don't get
the
enough
whole
credit,
reason the whole reason I chose not to get help in the beginning with my postpartum depression was because, one, I come from a home where you don't talk to people outside about depression. Don't exist. Let's just keep it a spade. I come from a place where depression don't exist for people that look like me.
You know what I mean? We don't.
You are taught to keep your inside business inside the home and shut the fuck up.
Yep.
In this house.
I was
Sorry.
going to say the same thing, Tasha.
same.
On top of that, as a mother, on top of that, as a mother, the minute you try to say something, you're scared that they're going to come and snatch your fucking kids.
Facts.
If I tell them I'm struggling mentally, the first thing they do is come for my children.
You're not fit to be a mother. You're not fit to take care of your kids. I've been there.
Yep.
So
And
with that being said, that's scary to think that if I'm looking for help and I'm searching for help, you gonna come and take my kids? But my kid, not one day can y'all say my kids have ever been hungry, dirty, dingy, stupid, none of that shit.
Yeah. And the terrible part about that is you can't even admit if your husband is struggling with something mentally, because then they look at you like, well, why do you have your kids in that kind of environment? So either way,
my makeup was my depression release. And at some point, my makeup no longer was a happy space for me because I couldn't even do it. I'm being told that if I want to do makeup, do it at night after the kids go to sleep. Don't try to do makeup during the day because they up, because he not home. I'm here with 3 kids by my goddamn self. So he like, why you don't do your makeup at night? Do it at night. So you want me to do it 8:30, 9 o'clock at night and it take me a couple hours to do makeup? And then I got to film content. I got to wash my face off and then get in bed just for my kids to wake up 4 hours after.
And he can't say you didn't try, because you did. I am in a different time zone, and me and Tasha definitely have tried that. She tried a lot of things, but it's difficult when you are going through things and when you don't have enough support, when you don't have enough of what you need, because she didn't have that. So no one can say that she didn't try, because she did. And I want that to be clear.
I gotta be worn out and tired from my everyday life. I gotta be tired from my everyday life and still try to find time for myself.
My whole
Do
thing
y'all know how hard that is?
My whole thing was him knowing that you had this business enterprise. You promote everybody else's. Your wife is trying to do something that's not only helping her mental health, but helping her business. And you couldn't be supportive enough, but you can sit on TikTok for hours and hours and hours at a time. and then complain about everything that's not being done. What parts were you contributing to that? That was my whole beef with him.
Can I say,
Right.
we've talked about this before. I'm military too, right? And so I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to say, because we talked about this before about the money and him saying you stole and all that kind of shit. He would not be where he's at without you. The BAH, I don't know if people are in the military, but BAH is extra money you get when you get married and have kids and
Military.
shit.
I was a 42 Alpha,
Right,
human resources specialist.
right. So
Hold on, pause. Hold on, Crystal. Let me answer this question real quick. I never said I didn't want him to support my stuff. What I said is that I didn't want to be known as just his wife. That's what I said. I never said I didn't want him to support me because yes, as a wife, yes. Huh? You want to go to Wawa? Yeah. Okay, we go to Wawa. Give me a minute. I never said I didn't want him to support me because as a wife, you should want to support as a husband, you should want to support your wife. What I said was I used to hate when I would go in lives and people would be like, "Oh, it's I Speak 1906 wife. Hey, Miss I Speak. How are you, Miss I Speak? Oh yeah, we know her through I Speak 19." I don't like that. I don't like that.
You didn't want to be the shadow of a man.
I know.
Yeah, folks wasn't treating you like you were your own person, and that's not okay.
I was somebody before marrying him. I was somebody before TikTok, and I'm gonna be somebody after him.
I'm gonna say somebody because of you.
Hold on, y'all. It's too many. Somebody, mute for a second. Crystal finished. So everybody mute so I can hear what Crystal was saying. There you go. What was you saying, Crystal?
He's only you were somebody before him. He is only where he's at because of you. He wanted to have kids. You had to stay home because you're sitting here, yeah, I got complacent, it didn't work. Baby, you were at home with kids. That is a full-time job. Him getting rank and all that kind of stuff, he could not do because you got to go before the board. I don't know how the Navy work, but we Army, all this stuff to go before the board. He cannot do any of this. He cannot deploy to get where he's trying to go. So the fact of stealing money, that's your money. You can't steal shit. That's your money. Period. Everything he's done is because you. I just want you to realize that that's all I want to know. You know I love you. I just want that to be clear to everybody. Tasha has done none of this stuff. He wouldn't be able to be anywhere where he is at without you. Period.
Hold on. Somebody said, what's so bad about being in the shadow of your man? Because I'm my own person. Here's the thing. Why do we got to be in the shadows? Why can't we stand alongside each other and share the spotlight? Why do I have to take a back seat to your accomplishments? Why can't I have also my own accomplishments? That is the problem with some of you men. I'm supposed to walk behind you and be in the shadows and continually boost you up?
And that probably was contributing to some of the depression. I also, even without having a baby,
What?
Struggled with my own identity.
Y'all can go ahead and dismiss whoever Cap is. That sound dumb as shit. And that is the problem with a lot of fucking men. You think you're the only person who's supposed to have success. You think you're the only person who's supposed to have the limelight. Y'all want these women who are so subservient that they don't have a thought in their head, that they don't grind to get their own, that they don't know how to be somebody. That's absolutely bullshit. I don't walk behind. First of all, God didn't take the rib from Adam from the butt. He took it from the side. The side. Not my ass. Like, come on. Fuck you think I'm supposed to walk behind you like I'm some fucking dog? Child.
And men they want a puppy, not a woman. They want a pet.
That was crazy to me. Like, what's wrong with being in your man's shadow? What's not wrong with that? Because here's the thing. When you sit and walk in your man's shadow as some submissive ass fucking pet, when God forbids shit like this happen, then you up shit's creek. Because you ain't got nothing.
That's the tread wife thing that's been going on all over TikTok. That is a perfect example why you must have your own identity and your own.
And this is why the women rather deal with the bear than the fucking man. Child, I work too hard to be comfortable in the person that I am. I am still healing and I am still working on me. And I be damned if you gonna diminish my shit. We can work together. We can both be in the spotlight. Is there times that I'm going to have to take a backseat to your spotlight? Yes. But it shouldn't be all the time. It shouldn't be you're the only person who gets to live in the spotlight and showcase your accomplishments and your achievements. Make that make sense. If you're in a marriage, you're in a partnership. Every so often, one of us is going to take on more than the other person. Every so often, one of us is going to be at a higher spot than the other person. Every so often, one of us is going to be in the spotlight while the other person takes a backseat to it. But to sit and think that it's supposed to be like that all the time, that is bullshit. We're in a relationship. We're here to give and take. Baby, I ain't never been jealous. I've always been proud of his accomplishments. So to sit there and in the narrative be that I've been jealous, some of that shit you wouldn't be able to do if I didn't take them. You did a 24-hour Toys for Tot. How was you able to do that if I didn't have the kids? When you did debate lives, how was you able to do debate lives if I didn't have the kids? When you travel here and travel there, how was you able to do that if I didn't have the kids? Because you wasn't taking the kids with you. But what you're not going to do is diminish my support that I had with you.
Tosh, I'm about to drop. I'm just going to say this. I want y'all to realize when we talk about the things that women sacrifice.
Player and a half.
Okay.
Who is this? Go ahead, Cheryl.
It down to illness, because I understand what you're saying about the depression, but depression is an illness. And we already know that most of the time when a woman gets sick, do they get taken care of? No, they don't. And a lot of the times people end up divorcing. Men end up divorcing them because they don't want to be helpful. And there is nothing respectable about anybody on this app. I don't care who it is. If you think this is about you, it's about you. If you care about mental health and you get on here talking about mental health, this, that, and the fourth, but you took a part in making Tasha feel how she feels and denying her mental health and her attempts, you are a terrible person and you're not respectable, period. Tasha,
but see, the whole reason I said what I said is because there are people who will come on here and be like, oh, she's putting it all on him as to why the marriage didn't work. Yeah. One thing I learned is, like I said, for 2 years, I want to say for about 2 years, maybe 3, starting in put my seatbelt on. Okay. My son said, put my seatbelt on. Put my seatbelt on.
Period, Cairo.
Cairo say it's time to go to Wawa.
And he did.
Mommy, put your seatbelt on.
You better get my baby Wawa.
Yes.
No.
Huh? Okay. All right, y'all. Cairo said we gotta go to Wawa.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, put your seatbelt on. It's time to go to Wawa.
That's right, AKA.
Period. It's time
All right, y'all. I'm going to hop off of here. Essentially, okay, Cairo, 1 minute. Let me finish this. So I'm going to say this real quick and then I'm going to get off. Thank you for the gift. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be perfect. I do have fault of why the marriage did not work out. There came a point where I was dealing with my postpartum depression, didn't get help. Cool, whatever. However, social media has changed that man a great deal. And honestly, if you are somebody looking from the outside in, and you've been following him for a long period of time, you can see where the change happened. That's just proven fact. You can see where the change happened and where he no longer stood on what he decided to stand on from the beginning. I never said the man was a deadbeat and he don't do nothing at all. I never said that he don't pay child support. I said he pays child support as of March, but he does not want to pay that, whether it's he doesn't want to pay the whole amount or he doesn't want to pay at all. I don't fucking know. I like working. I enjoy working and making my own money. Yes, I actually do work today at 4 o'clock. I would love